Hello everyone, and welcome to your second royal reading here on Mad World Tarot. A little bit of a break in the rain, thank goodness, so I don't have to shout. And I have the Wandering Star Tarot on the tarot table for this short little 5-card reading. Wandering Star Tarot, because we're looking at a wandering or a fallen star. That is Prince Harry, of course. And I'm doing a little bit of an explore based on a video by Bookworm2 on her YouTube channel. I think it was yesterday. She was talking about the divorce rumours, the separation rumours, the rumour that Prince Harry has been talking to lawyers, the royal family has been advised they're helping him out. She, in her video, said she has heard similar stories. And she was talking about custody, who might get custody. She thinks Harry will get custody, and large astronomical sums of money are being bandied around, basically to buy the wife off, to buy custody, get rid of her, free Harry, and all of that. We'll look at things like that in the coming days, weeks, months. I'm sure we've already started to look at them, of course. But I want to look now at a very specific thing she said. She said she saw, in her mind's eye, it was like a vision, she saw Harry with Archie and Lili doing the Christmas walk at Sandringham this year. And I want to look at that because it interested me. It piqued my interest, shall we say. So a little 5-card reading. We're going to have a look and see what is going on, because it sounds as if there is some effort to rehab Prince Harry with the British public. Some effort going on to do this with the strange stories that are coming out. And so I want to look at this. I want to see where the children will be. Will they be with Harry in December? Will we see them at Sandringham on that Christmas walk? Of course, a 2.5-year-old, not sure how that would go for Lilibet, but Archie certainly. Lilibet also, we've never seen her legs. Mind you, we have, I think. We have seen her dangling over her rather odd birthday cake, so I take that back. We have seen her legs. She has got legs. Archie certainly would be able to. Prince Louis did the Christmas walk to great acclaim. He was very composed. He behaved beautifully, very gregarious child. So we want to know if we're going to see at least Archie with Harry doing that walk. And are they trying to rehab? Is someone trying to rehab Harry's opinion? This kind of a thing would be a bit of a stunt then to make Harry popular. So how would it go if this does happen? How would the public respond? Would they forget everything that ever happened and think, oh, how delightful, how charming, there he is with his darling children, and we'll just forget everything that happened and it's all great. So that's what's going on here with this reading. I have to remind you, of course, it's tarot for fun and entertainment, all just my opinion, all speculation. And of course, disclaimer in the box below. And of course, I forgot to say I read energy here. Archetypal energy. Let's take the rest of the cards out. We've got the Empress in reverse. That's the wife. That's the mother. She's in reverse here. Interesting skin tone for that mother. The Empress. So it looks as if, put the little card there so we remind you that this is Mad World Tarot here. It looks as if we've got an Empress who has possibly lost custody of her children. Just, of course, speculating, but because the mother is in reverse, her influence is waning. So situation, what's going on? We've got the Knight of Swords in reverse. There will be conflict. There will be, it says tensions, highs, lows, conflict in this card. It's not really, for me, the Knight of Swords upright is sort of fast-paced action, quite aggressive, very focused action, swift. In reverse, it does get nasty. It can get quite cruel. It can get quite vicious. It can get quite personal. The Knight of Swords in reverse. If you've ever had the misfortune to come upon, oops, dog's going past the camera, wobbling past. He's very old and frail now, but he didn't knock it over. Knight of Swords in reverse is not a nice energy at all. So there's conflict around this, no doubt, with the Empress in reverse. I think we're in the thick of things by the end of the year. That's the energy that I have got from my readings. I've explored other timelines because they have been put out there, and I've had a look, and it looks to me as if this could get dragged out. It could get nasty over a longer period, over 2 years. But certainly Empress in reverse, Knight of Swords in reverse does not speak to a happy family. It's not happy Christmas at all. So are the kids with Harry at that point? Knight of Cups does look like it. It's emotional fulfillment. It's somebody who is maturing emotionally, who is in their feels, who is trying to woo somebody. So as I say, in my opinion, this might be a bit of a stunt that's going on. So yes, to stop the British public from throwing things at me and booing and hissing or just turning their backs on me, it might help if I bring the 2 little ones along with me for the Christmas walk, if I'm going to be reintegrated into the royal family, even if I have to stand next to Prince Andrew and sort of lurk in the background and put fake smiles on my face when Princess Anne goes by. I'm doing this to ingratiate myself with the public. So it's a long answer to asking where the children are. I would say yes so far, but let's see, are we going to see them? Are we going to catch sight of them in their little Christmas outfits? Going along 9 of Wands, we may not with that energy, because that's a very protective energy. It says boundaries, and that is exactly what the 9 of Wands is about. It might be that the Empress here says over my dead body. We've always speculated that she wanted to monetize those children, get those huge big magazine spreads, the sort of Angelina Jolie type spreads, and didn't happen because we're not in the 1990s or whenever, we're in the whatevers we are many decades later, and who cares. But it could be that she says no, that because they're the subject of a dispute, they have to be kept behind closed doors with that 9 of Wands. That 9 of Wands is very much barriers. If they're there, I'm getting Michael Jackson type vibes where you might not see their faces. They might be covered up so that nobody can see them. So the mystery might carry on. Unfortunately, I was hoping we might actually get to see them in the flesh, real live children. But it looks like there is some issue around this and may not happen. Of course, we are 6-7 months out still, so early days, but I'm just testing the energy to see what's going on. Is there a move to rehab Harry's reputation with the British public? Is this part of some sort of campaign to persuade everybody? Absolutely. The 8 of Wands is the archetypal, dare I use that word, the archetypal card for PR. It's sending out messages, PR stunt messages. It's positive press, it's spin, it's fast and furious. Not furious, that's furious, the Knight of Swords. But it's very much, it's going to be the front page of every newspaper, every magazine. Finally, we get to see the children. Harry with his darling babies, and the crowd lining the pathway, the walkway that the royals go along on Christmas morning, and everyone cheering, and old ladies beaming, and all of that stuff. That is the message. Is that message going to translate into reality? How's the British public going to react if this is what they are confronted with? Are they going to forgive and forget, or is there going to be some hostility? 10 of Wands in reverse. That is an ending. An ending, I would say, of conflict. This is not joy. This is him trying to ingratiate himself. The 10 of Wands is a burden that is carried. He is the one who has carried this burden for a very long time. He's going to have to make some gesture of some sort of mea culpa to get them on side. With the 10 of Wands in reverse, people are going to be standing looking at him and thinking, you big idiot. You've done this whole thing, you've gone on this whole ridiculous adventure, and you've reached the end point of it now, because 10 is very much an end point of it, and you have fallen over. You've given up all that you were spouting about changing the press and modernizing the monarchy and all of that rubbish. Demands, you can see an overload and burdens on the side of this card. It all crumbled, it all turned to ash, it's all turned to dust with the Ten of Wands in reverse. So they're going to look at him. I would say I've never got booing and hissing. When I was doing readings on the coronation, when I was doing readings on the Jubilee, I never got booing and hissing. I know there was muffled booing at the Jubilee, but I never got that from the British public. It's not their way. It's more the silent sort of condemnation. And Ten of Wands in reverse to me is silent condemnation. They're not going to say anything. They're not going to be rude, but they're going to look at him and look at him as a pathetic loser. Ten of Wands in reverse. He's trying to, oh, you all loved me, and you remember how much you loved me, and look here, my kitties, you're going to love them too. No, you've got a long way to go. You've taken us on this terrible journey, this ordeal that everyone's suffered through. The Queen, Prince Philip, the King Charles, William and Catherine, everybody has suffered. The British public has been traduced by Harry, accused of all kinds of terrible things, and he's got a long way to go before they forgive him. I'm reassured to see that card. I was getting a bit worried, but it looks like with that Nine of Wands that if the children are there, they might be covered from head to toe in some sort of robe or mask or something that nobody can get pictures and sell them without herself benefiting from them at some way. Good degree of snark in this reading. Remind you, disclaimer in the box below, tarot for fun and entertainment. And that's it from me this evening. Thank you as ever for watching. I'll see you again tomorrow.